You're listening to a Raconteur Studios podcast.
Hi, I'm Dr Emma Craythorne, a consultant dermatologist, and you're listening to the After Hours Skin Clinic, the late night, laid back podcast where we dive into all things skin. In these bite-sized mini episodes, I'm going to share everything you need to know about a question I've been asked outside my clinic. And in this episode, we're talking about how to get that red carpet glow. I'm going to let you into a little secret. I have a lot of celebrities in my clinic, and I'm not going to name any names, but often they will come to see me just before an event. And one of the things that we always think about when people are at these red carpet events is, wow, doesn't their skin look so luminous and smooth and youthful? One of the questions I then get asked is, I want to look like that. How do I start? I mean, sometimes that look is achieved by being on the day with an absolutely fabulous facialist and makeup artist. But the real key is actually if the skin underneath that is as good as it can be, then that facialist and makeup artist has an even easier and better job. Let's think about the skin initially as this foundation. It is the canvas to which everything else goes on top of. And my mantra really is that you want to almost think of every day being red carpet glow day, because we want our skin to glow every day. So it really comes back to, let's take this all the way back to basics as I do, and let's get this completely straight. In order for your skin to have the red carpet glow on the day of the event, it kind of has to be doing that routine all the way up to the day of the event as well. So the first and most important thing I think of is understand the skin that you have. You know, you'll see generic advice given to you from very well-meaning influencers or friends, but you need to understand what your skin is like and what your skin needs in terms of a daily routine. Everyone will need to cleanse their skin. And for some people, they might need to cleanse their skin with something that's harsher. Other people might need to cleanse their skin with something that is more gentle. It's really easy for me to say understand your skin, isn't it? But it's actually really difficult to understand your skin yourself. There's a very detailed questionnaire and consultation that you can do online, actually at my website, which is www.clara.skin. It would take you about 20 minutes to complete this. And at the end of it, it really does help you truly understand what your skin is like and how we as dermatologists would think about it. It helps you understand, for example, if you're somebody who is prone to pigmentation. It helps you understand if you're somebody who has a skin barrier that needs a bit more nourishment or is actually very resistant and you need to use harsher ingredients on it. It will tell you if you're somebody who needs to boost your collagen a bit more and support your own collagen. And it will also help you understand how oily or how dry your skin might be. And if you think that you know how oily and how dry your skin is, in truth, when we did a study on patients, 70% of people got this wrong. So let's bring this back and understand what your skin is like truly. And a very easy way to do that, and free, is at www.clara.skin. It'll take 20 minutes of your time, and then you'll understand what your skin is like and what it needs. So whenever I say you need a skin routine, that's a very basic skin routine. You need the right cleanser, the right moisturiser, the right SPF, and you also need the right nighttime treatment that's specific for your skin. And this is exactly what I say to all of those celebrities coming into my clinic. This is what I say to the people you will see on the red carpet. And this is the hard work that actually gets done in the background for months and years before that fancy red carpet event, because it's that routine that gets the glow, and it's the consistency of that routine every single day. If we think about what glow actually is, and I'm not talking about the glow because you've got a really great highlighter on, because that's easy to do. I'm talking about the glow of your skin. No makeup is allowed here. What is the glow? Well, if you look usually at children, you will see that they have a glow about their face. And often that's because there's a lot of collagen within the skin and the skin is plumped out. and the light reflects off that skin in a different way to somebody whose skin is flatter, that's not plumped out in quite the same way. So that's one element of the glow. The second element of the glow is all about the stratum corneum. Now, this is the dead layer of skin cells that sit on the very, very top of our skin. And in younger people, this turns over pretty quickly and is usually nice and flat and regular. The older we become, it doesn't turn over in quite the same way, and it gets a little bit more bumpy. So when light reflects off that bumpy surface, it gets scattered, and again, you don't have the glow coming back. So a glow really is made up of that lovely smooth surface of the skin reflecting light back, and also because of the plumpness of the skin, plumping it up so that you get a really nice rebound of light. That's essentially what glow is. There's different ways to get rid of this thickened stratum corneum and bumpiness, and usually it's by exfoliation. It's also by cleansing our skin, so this is a really important step not to miss every single day, just washing your face and a little bit of friction from the towel. There's different ways we can exfoliate. One of them is by physical exfoliation, so using things with little crunched up bits of sand in it or kernels of apricots. They're physically exfoliating and rubbing the skin. Or we can use chemical exfoliants, and they're in the form of alpha hydroxy acids or beta hydroxy acids you might have heard of, or my ultimate favourite, which is a retinoic acid, which is a retinoid. So the retinoid particularly is great because it's not just only getting rid of those dead skin cells on the surface, but it actually is working a little bit like a hormone and telling the skin to make more collagen and to thicken up a bit. So that's kind of my go-to because you're getting many jobs for the price of one. And then you've got alpha hydroxy acids and beta hydroxy acids can be helpful as well for getting rid of those dead skin cells and revealing a smoother, more light reflective surface. So if you've got your skin routine just right, just for you, and you are nailing it every single day with consistency, and you've got this big event coming up, so you want your already great skin looking even greater, then what are the key things to put in place before that? Well, one is really boring, and it is just getting some sleep, because everybody's skin looks better when they have had a decent sleep. So really bear this in mind, that you don't want to be having late nights just before the big event that you're going to. Not only are you going to be tired and not going to enjoy it in the same way, but your skin really will feel the effect of that. Second too is that if you're drinking alcohol in the run-up to the big event that you have, your skin is going to become more dehydrated. And really, dehydration does not look great for the skin because fine lines that we have become more evident. The sagging of the skin and even the colour of the skin is different as a consequence of that. So try and not having late nights and lots of alcohol before your red carpet night. But what else can be done to try and prep the skin? Well, there are a few things that we can do, and I will often give my patients something that we might consider a light chemical peel. Now, this is almost like an exaggerated version of the exfoliant that you would be using at home. And you can do this for about a week before the actual red carpet day. Usually you've got about 3 or 4 days recovery before the new skin emerges. And at that point, the new skin is probably at its most light reflective and the smoothest it's going to be. I can also do the same thing with some of the light energy-based treatments that we have. So brand names I think of are things like a Fraxel or a Clear and Brilliant or a thulium laser. And these are often very good at being able to, again, lift off those top dead layers of skin and to give the skin a bit of a plump, which it will do, and a glow. When we're doing these things in clinic, they can be a bit more expensive and they do tend to need a bit more downtime. So if you're somebody who's looking specifically to get rid of actual bits of pigmentation, brown marks, or veins that are visible on the skin of the face, you probably want about a month before the actual event of going to get those treatments done. If you've only got about a week or so before the event, then light chemical peels or light energy-based treatments can be helpful at that stage. In thinking of things that you could potentially do at home to help get a bit of a glow to the skin, we do know that facial massage is particularly helpful. So things like gua sha and understanding how to use those properly, and normal facial massage techniques to get rid of lymphedema and swelling of the skin of the face can often be really helpful. And these are things that are actually incredibly inexpensive, most often with a reliable video on YouTube, and a tool like a gua sha that is not particularly expensive can actually go some way to improving the look and the glow of the skin at home. One of the other things that I really quite like before the red carpet, and this would be the day before or on the day really, and it's something that you can do at home. And they're called ice rollers. And these ice rollers are glass devices, and they are shaped like a roller. So it's a circular globe, and this rolls along the surface of the skin. And as it does so, it helps with removing fluid from areas that you don't want it. But the actual cold effect of it as well can be very effective at slightly tightening the look of the skin. So this can reduce puffiness. It helps to kind of like tighten the pores, and it makes the skin look nice and refreshed before you were then having your makeup applied to it. On the day of the event or even the night before, there are certain hydrating masks that you might use, or sheet masks. And the real chemical to look out for is hyaluronic acid. So you can put hyaluronic acid on in the form of a cream, and it will sit on the skin. It's absorbed into the stratum corneum. Once it's absorbed, it actually draws water into it itself, and therefore it slightly plumps up this dead skin layer and gives a really nice light reflective glow of the skin, which makes applying makeup again easy. And another quick fix that people will often do on the day before or on the actual day itself to get this really smooth look to the skin is using something called dermaplaning. So dermaplaning removes essentially the peach fuzz that builds up on our skin. It's a very light shave to the face. Obviously, you have to be skilled in doing this yourself, or go to a practitioner who will do this for you, because you don't want to cut your skin the day of the event. That would be a disaster. But essentially, where makeup and skin products can sometimes build up on these very, very light peach fuzzy areas of hair, then if this is gone, you get a very flawless glowing skin. One of the things people might ask is, if I shave the skin on my face, is it going to grow back hairy? That's what my mum said to me. That's not true, because this is baby hair, or we as dermatologists call it vellus hair. And this little baby vellus hair, it's not going to transform into terminal hair, which is the hair that we have on our heads or under our armpits. It's a different type of hair. So shaving it does not bring it back as a very thick terminal hair. It still will grow back as a nice little baby peachy fuzz hair. I suppose my top tip is really not about how to get that red carpet glow for a specific event. It's about trying to get the red carpet glow every single day, because this will reflect in how you view yourself. Having a red carpet glow and feeling confident in your skin is really pretty important every single day. And the key to that is understanding your skin and putting a very simple, consistent skin routine in place, as well as getting the basics right about your entire organism. You have to eat for radiance, you have to sleep for radiance, you have to exercise for radiance, and you also have to drink plenty of water for radiance. So that is the real key and takeaway message from this. And then after that, you can always get a bonus with some of these things that you can do at home or come into the clinic for that extra boost. But really, it's very boring, but it's the basics that are the most important. Okay, that's it from me this time. I hope that helps. Don't forget to click on the subscribe button so you don't miss out on our twice weekly episodes when they drop. And see you next time on the After Hours Skin Clinic.